How we doing today, guys? It's Jesse with the Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. And today, we're going to avoid the politics. And we're going to talk about just a good old-fashioned serial killer in modern day. And to remind us, I guess, that the only monsters don't just only live in Washington, they're also in the neighborhoods around us at all times. So now that I've terrified you and absolutely scared the crap out of you, go ahead and hit that like button for me if you enjoy my content, share it with your friends, and if you're not already, subscribe, and let's get into the news. So, man, that intro was rough, right? I should have done something scary in the 90s or something for one of them television shows, but here we go. Don't worry, it's not in Texas, it's not local. An allegedly schizophrenic serial killer has been arrested in Portland after launching a string of violent homicides. Dun dun dun. Let's see here. I like the Blaze. They're very good. They're a good news aggregator, as well as they do a lot of their own independent journalism too. So it's a good place to go for all kinds of general news. An alleged schizophrenic serial killer living in Portland, Oregon, has been arrested in a connection with a spat of deadly and seemingly random attacks. Joseph Kelly Banks, 49, was living in a group home for adults diagnosed with a serious mental illness when he allegedly committed a string of murders in the first 3 months of 2022. Banks is accused of carrying out 2 other non-fatal shootings and an additional attack during this time, the New York Post reported. Busy boy. The alleged victims of Banks were 3 men who were found dead in or near their cars in Portland on either the 1st or 2nd day of January, February, or March of this year. Banks is accused of shooting these men to death. It appears that in February, Banks shot another man and a woman in a park and wounded a 3rd person, authorities say. Holy crap! This guy's been running nuts around Portland. The attack and killings were linked together through forensic evidence and security footage, and it is believed that all of the victims were strangers to Banks. On Monday, a grand jury charged Banks with 15 counts related to the violent spree. These included 3 counts of second-degree murder with a firearm. Banks' attorney entered a not guilty plea, which is normal. The Daily Mail reported that Banks was arraigned on the new indictment on Tuesday. Banks is next due in court May 9th. In 2007, Banks was committed to a psychiatric facility for at least a decade after being found not guilty on a weapons charge on basis of insanity. So this guy's got a serious history of mental illness as well. At the time of this insanity plea, Banks was diagnosed with schizophrenia and antisocial personality disorder. Doctors warned that he posed a danger to other people. This is why you don't let these people out. This is the one big criticism I have about the 80s and the Reagan era and all the reforms they did and everything else was ending the state institutions. Some of these people cannot be handled by their families and cannot be passed off to halfway houses. We have to have secure, regulated, monitored, and well taken care of facilities to house these kind of people. It's not fair to them, and it's not fair to the rest of society to just let these people out into the world. This is the kind of stuff that happens when you let the crazies out of the asylum, quite literally in this case. In February 2021, Banks was released to a halfway house under federal supervision. At the time, psychiatrists said that he could be stabilized on a regime of psychotropic medication. Yeah, how'd that work out? Banks' habit of allegedly violently killing people is apparently not uncommon in the city of Portland. In late February, data from the Portland Police Bureau showed that the first 2 months of 2022, there were 234 shootings resulting in 64 injuries, and of the 19 recorded homicides, 18 were caused by gunfire. KOIN-TV reported. Police Commissioner Memgus Mapp said the homicide rate is concerning in every way and is an absolute emergency. It is already having an impact on our economic recovery, including tourism. Frankly, the general state of our city isn't compatible with tourism, and that is a significant challenge. The Portland Police Bureau did not immediately respond to the Blaze's request for comment. So, yeah, like I said, I figured we'd take a little dip away from the political sphere for once and just kind of remind everybody about the social responsibilities that we decided to give up on when it came to people like this. Because this is what happens when we leave these people to the state and forget about them and realize that we don't think it's our job to take care of them. You know, love thy neighbor, like like you love yourself. The whole idea is if you were the kind of person that for most of your life, growing up as a kid and a teenager, you thought you were perfectly fine and normal, and then all of a sudden you started having this kind of cognitive decline and started having a mental breakdown and go into psychotic episodes and become schizophrenic at some point, you'd want other people to take care of you and make sure that you didn't hurt anyone either. And that's one of the things we failed on as a society, is taking care of people like this. He should have never been out on the streets. These people that he killed should have never been killed. The people that he hurt should have never been hurt. But we as a society have failed on our part to take care of this kind of stuff. The mental illness we see that's so predominant on social media and everywhere else and in our colleges and in our universities is because we decided to stop taking care of these people in a serious manner. And this is the result of that. And it's horrible to see. But I hope stuff like this starts to wake people up to the serious mental disorders and issues we have in this country that are not addressed and that need to be taken care of. But hey guys, that's just my common sense take. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you have not already, please hit that like button, share this with all your friends, and subscribe if you are not already. This is Jesse with the Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. Thanks for watching.